Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today, I'm taking a look at Survival Gladiator Blades of the Coliseum for the PlayStation 4. Now, what is this game? Well, this is obviously riding on the success of Gladiator 2 that has just arrived at cinemas. And this is a gladiator simulator, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. However, um, while I hoped when I purchased this that it was going to be like a cheap and cheerful, fun, like gladiator arena game type thing, which is, always a fun game to play, games like that. What we actually get here is a thrown together asset flip that is just almost impossible to play. Really, straight off the bat, guys, this is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. It's only $7.99, I think, to buy in the UK, which is why I was hoping it was going to be like cheap and cheerful. Occasionally, you do pick up games for that kind of price, and you're quite surprised with the amount of effort that's gone into them. This is not one of them games. Essentially, you start the game, and you are clearly like the head of your family, if you like. I suppose. There are these weird looking people in this courtyard that are supposed to be your family. You've got your wife, your grandfather, daughter, mother-in-law, brother, and you can get them to do different tasks. You can send them to work. You can send the wife to market selling wool, milk. You can get your brother to work chopping wood. You can get your grandfather to work getting steel or something. You can send your daughter to go and play the flute in the market and make a bit of money. And you are given inane tasks to do, like initially hire an architect, go to sleep, send your wife to work. Sounds easy, doesn't it? But it takes you forever to figure out these things because there are absolutely no instructions of how to do these things, as easy as it might sound. For example, it says go to sleep, so you basically end up wandering the terribly graphically built structures looking for a damn bed. You don't know which is your bed. You don't even know which is your home. Is it all yours? Some of it? None of it? No idea where you're supposed to go. So it took me about 20 minutes to find where my bed was for a start. It took me another 20 minutes to find the architect because it doesn't tell you, even hint at where you should look. There are these people just stood around doing nothing, and you walk up to them and it tells you who they are, and you can hire some of them. But this is supposed to be like, a gladiator game in the Roman times, and there are people wandering around looking like sumo wrestlers. There's a trader with a giant moose wandering around after him. There's another guy dressed like a black belt, and you're just like, what is going on here? It is inexcusable laziness and clearly an attempt to cash in on the success of Gladiator 2. And it's just outright broken as well, to be perfectly honest with you. You'll get an hour into the game, and most of that is frustration trying to figure out how to send your wife to work. It doesn't tell you that you need to tell her, if she's going to sell milk, you need to tell her how much milk to sell. So off she goes to market. Once it takes you about 15 minutes to figure out how to do that. There's no voice acting, of course. There's no music, of course. The only music you get is your incredibly frustrating daughter that plays this damn flute. And honestly, if I could send her into the Gladiator arena, I would have done because it was driving me round the bend. So you send her to work with a flute in the market, annoying people. And then you walk around to the market and see that it's just broken. She's just stopped and she's just walking on the spot. You get the architect to build a woodshed for your brother because he refuses to work without a woodshed. He needs one. So you think, right, let's do it. Let's get a woodshed built. So you build this woodshed. It takes the architect about 15 minutes to build this woodshed. And then you go back to your brother and say, right, go to work. And then you get this sign coming up again saying, I need a woodshed. Go and speak to the architect. And then at that point, you're throwing your controller around the room because you've just had a woodshed built and he's still refusing to go to work. And you need him to go to work because you need the wood that he is supposed to be collecting when he goes to work, chopping up whatever. So it just doesn't work either. So I never even got to the point in this game where I started hiring gladiators because by this point, the inane, dull tasks that the game gives you to do are just unachievable because some of them are just broke and some of them are just so dull that you just can't be bothered with them. So if you guys are looking out there for a cheap and cheerful Gladiator game, avoid this one like the plague. Don't bother, really don't bother with this one. There are surely better games on the market to try other than this. This is easily one of the worst games, in my opinion, of 2024. So, yeah, I won't keep your time any longer, guys, because I've wasted enough time on this game, other than to say definitely one to avoid. So thanks for joining me, guys, and I hope I've saved you the time and effort and money putting into this game. Thank you for watching.